Hello friends, welcome back. Welcome to the course of CICD for automation testers. In the video, I'm going to talk on how we can execute the Selenium test cases on cloud platform. Okay, and we'll see how we can integrate this again in our continuous integration pipeline. Okay, so BrowserStack. So the cloud platform which I'm going to talk here is BrowserStack. There are many cloud platforms to execute Selenium test cases. Not only Selenium, but even manual test cases can be executed and all. So we have different platforms like BrowserStack, then we have SourceLab, cross-browser testings, and many more. Okay, so BrowserStack is the one which I'm going to talk now. Okay, so like most of the almost all the platforms, they will have similar kind of structure. Okay, there will be little minor here and there differences. So I'll show you how we can do the things on BrowserStack. So BrowserStack is a cloud web platform, cloud-based platform. Okay, so basically BrowserStack is the way to get access to many different browsers for testing using browser. Okay, so if I go to the browser, if I go to BrowserStack, okay, let me go to browserstack.com. So it's their official um, website. Okay, so if you look here, you can find many things like live, what and all products they have: live automate, app live, app automate. So you can automate your testing, as well as you can do manual testing for your web applications and your mobile applications as well. So BrowserStack is basically is the way to get the access to different browsers for testing using a browser itself. Okay, and you have the facility to select your operating system, what kind of operating system it is, what kind of version it is. So they have close to 2000 versions by combining all. Okay, so BrowserStack automation is the way to connect your Selenium test to BrowserStack and be able to do a cross browser testing without having a large set of locally installed browser. Okay, so like before this session I was talking about Selenium Grid. Okay, so Selenium Grid is the way we can execute our test cases on different browsers, different machines, different operating systems, right? But for that you need the infrastructure setup. You need to have different machines with all those different browsers, different operating systems. You need to have all those setups. You need to have someone to monitor that continuously, to set up those, to solve the issues, and many things come into the picture. Okay, so if you do not have, if your organization do not have that infrastructure ready, and they just wanted the cloud based platform for some time, for short span of time, let us say a couple of months, then it's better for them to go for this cloud based testing, right? So BrowserStack is the one of the way how like you can achieve a cross browser testing on a cloud platform on different machines, different OS, with different browser versions. Okay, so I'll be showing you how we can perform over here. Okay, so let me sign in. You can just register for a trial and you can log into your account. Let me sign in now. uh, Let me sign in. Now if you go to our script, okay, in my Selenium script where I launch my web driver, okay, so this is my script where I executed my test cases on Selenium Grid, and where here what I entered the URL of my hub. Okay, so in this case we'll see how we can do, but the basic thing is we need to do the desired capability setup here as well. Okay, because from that itself like BrowserStack will understand what kind of machine you want to execute it on, what kind of OS, what kind of browser, what kind of version of that particular browser, all the things. Okay, and if you're using BrowserStack, there is no need to do this system.set property, right? Because they already have all that kind of setup done. I must have told you in my previous session as well, if the things are set up in your organization, like the Selenium Grid is set up in your previous like in your organization, then there is no need to do this kind of setup, setting the property. Okay, and not here, but even like while creating while registering the node, we have entered this chrome driver.exe location. We did not to do that even in your organizations. Okay, so let me go to the home page. The site is a bit slow today, so just bear with me. So if you go to your dashboard, okay, so this is my dashboard. Okay, so on my dashboard, okay, so here you can find couple of things, like here you can find username and access key. Okay, so this is my username Prakash Narkade 2 and this is my access key. Okay, so we need this username, access key and the URL, okay, to run the test cases. Okay, and how we can select the desired capabilities and all, we'll see here. Okay, so here we have one sample test over here. Okay, so here you have the option to select your operating system. So which kind of operating system you want it on? I want it on, let us say, let me take it on Windows 7. Okay, I'll take it on Windows 7 and I will select browser version Firefox with version 60. Okay, and resolution whatever you want. Okay, so based on that, now you can see here your uh, like so sample test case is updated. Okay, so here you can see the browser what I have selected is Firefox version 60 and for Windows operating system version 7. Okay, so the things will get automatically over here, right? So this is just for your reference. Okay, so let me copy these things. Okay, so as I said, we need username, automate key and URL. Okay, so the WebDriver, here you can see the remote WebDriver will be hitting to the URL. So if you remember our Selenium Grid script, here we entered the URL of my Selenium Grid hub. Okay, but in this case I need to enter this URL, which is the combination of my username, access key and the actual host URL. Okay, so let me copy this thing. Okay, let me copy the things here and then let me copy. I'll just copy first 3 line first, where I have my username, automate key, that is my access key, and my URL. Okay, and let me go to my here and let me put it here, username, automate key and URL. Okay, and what next I have to get all these desired capabilities. Desired capabilities where I'm setting my browser Firefox, browser version, OS, like OS, which is Windows OS version Windows 7, and my resolution. And as well, I need to use this remote web driver, new URL, these things. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste this thing again here. So here it is. Okay, so now that's it. We need to do a setup. Okay, and rest other things will be remaining same. Okay, so what we are just changing, what we have to do, we just have to get the desired capability. So here you can find the options. If you are using Node or if you are using C# as your language, then how you can get your desired capabilities likewise. Okay, so it differs little bit. Okay, if you are using Ruby, it will be totally different. Here you can see it is totally different. Okay, so here it will get all the examples as in how you select these drop downs. Okay, so fine, so that's it. I need to update over here. Okay, and if I start my execution now, let me start my execution now and we'll see what happens. Okay, my test execution should be running now. Let me come over here, and here you can find 1 out of 5 is running. Okay, and here you can find this Firefox 60 Windows 7 is something is running. Okay, here you can find, and let it refresh. You should see a browser window over here. Maybe due to my internet I'm not able to observe it, but we'll see the video. The video itself will get recorded, and if you face any issues, like if any of the test cases is failing, even the screenshots will get captured along with videos. Okay, so we'll see that. So let's wait for the execution. Okay, so I have total 3 test cases. Okay, here If you check here, I have total 3 test cases: test 1, test 2, and test 3. Okay, so this is my first test case, second and third. All 3 test cases are executed now. Okay, and if you see the video for one of the test case, you can see, so I have just marked full screen, and you can see it is navigated to automationtalks.com, and it will get the title, and it will finish the test case. Okay, so your video will get recorded. You have the facility even to download the videos. Okay, and here you can find the logs in detail. You can find even the video location where what has happened. Let us say at 7 second it has opened this particular URL. Okay, so likewise. Okay, and you can find it for all your test cases. You can find videos for all your test cases. Okay, and if any of the test cases failing, then screenshot will get pasted over in your log. Okay, that's fine, we'll go for text log. So this is how your test execution will be done on BrowserStack. Okay, now here you are just seeing the Firefox version. You are not able to understand what test cases, or like what are the test cases name and all. So what we can do is, let me just search something called BrowserStack capabilities. Okay, so the very first URL, browserstack.com automate/capabilities. Okay, so if you go here you can do a setup for capabilities. Okay, again it is a capability generator by BrowserStack itself. So okay, so I'm not worried about this OS and device now, because those things I have already done, OS and OS browser and all. What I want is, I want project name. Okay, so let us say my project name is automation talks project. Okay, and build, I am giving it as a build 1, and the test case name or test suite name, I'll be giving it as, let us say, what can I get it, test case name, let us say something. Okay, so as and when I enter the details over here, you must be observing the capabilities are getting set. Okay, the capabilities with key and value pair are getting set. If you want to like do a rest of the setup as well, you can just fulfill all this detail. I just wanted these things. What and all? I just wanted name, build, and project. These 3 things I wanted. What I'll do is, I'll just update my capabilities over here. So now what and all I have the browser version, OS version, project, build, and name. Okay, so if I go to my BrowserStack now, so till now we were seeing something like this. If I execute my test case now, you should see something different. Okay, so here can you see it is saying build 1 for project automation talks project, and here again within a build you will see different test cases are running. Now my test case name is running, that this is what the name we entered. Okay, and if I click on this, then you will be going to the actual session. Okay, so here you can find in detail like what browser version, test case name, project, build, everything. Okay, so you will be seeing here. Okay, so this execution is complete. If I refresh this, I should get this. Let me go back and see. So second test case is executing. So let me go to first now, and I should see the video over here. Can you see the video? Yes. If I play this, I should get this automationtalks.com. It has navigated, and can you see? Fine. Let me go to my suite, and you should see again shortly my third test case is running. So likewise, this is the advantage of setting the this capabilities. You can see well structured. Okay, so what else I have? Okay, yeah, okay, so this is how I have triggered it from my local machine. Okay, now let me push this same code into my GitHub repository so that I can trigger it from Jenkins. Okay, let me just do get status. Okay, there is just a change in my test class 1, and you can see the changes in the rest test output as well. I'll just add all. I don't worry if everything is get added, but ideal practice, you should add only your source folder. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to execute the test cases uh, on stack browser stack through my Jenkins build. Okay, so that's it. I pushed my code there. Okay, and now what I'll do, I'll just delete this build so that you can observe a new build. Okay, what has happened? Okay, let me go to browser stack again. Okay, it is deleted. I can delete the rest of the sessions as well. That's fine. I'll leave it. So now what I'll do is, now what we have done in this job, we are getting the code from GitHub repository. We are doing a code scan by using SonarQube. We are checking for quality gate. Here you are seeing the quality gate is failed. Okay, you are seeing the error. Okay, and why that error is, I have explained it in my previous sessions. Okay, now now if I trigger this job from here, it will hit my GitHub repository, and in my GitHub repository what I have this code where I am executing the test cases from BrowserStack. Okay, so it will trigger the test cases on BrowserStack. Let me just trigger a build. Now my build is triggered, and let us just observe over here. Okay, before that let me go to the console. It is just doing some code scanning, my SonarQube scanner. So the quality gate was failed for my last what I can say build was because of the rules. I must have done few some of the coding mistakes while coding, so that's the reason it has failed. Just refer previous video why how we can play along that. Okay, so my analysis report is here. I can go to this URL. Okay, and let me observe here because my test execution will start soon. Why it is failed? 0% coverage. That's fine. Okay, now my test execution will start. I should see something over here now. Okay, now can you see the build is triggered, build 1 for project automation talks project. So all my 3 test cases will run now. You can see the first test case is running. Okay, so what we have done is we have triggered a test case on my cloud platform from Jenkins. So this can be your one of the part of your continuous integration pipeline. Okay, see there can be many flows. You can just end up with executing your test cases on your Selenium Grid, and then rest of the things fine. You can end up your by running your test cases on BrowserStack, and then go to your next test your continuous integration steps fine. You may execute your test cases on Docker machines and then move forward. That's fine. All are the either or ways, right? Okay, so let it finish. It has executed 2 and it is waiting for third is running. Okay, third is as well finished. fine. All 3 test cases are done. Great. So again, as usual, I will see the video and everything. Okay, so I can get the details from here. I have the option to download as well. I have the option to create issues as well. You can just play along with that. Okay, so this is how I can execute my I can execute my test cases on cloud-based platform. So for most of the platforms, the process will remain same. Okay, and we just saw how we can trigger it from Jenkins as well. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk for this session. Yeah, okay, fine. So that's it. Thank you.